Welcome to snowy Killington, Vermont. This is Explore Killington. We're your hosts. I'm Slado. Today joined by the host of our award-winning live show called Killington Today, up here on the slopes with Bettina. Bettina, good to see you on the slopes today.
Thanks for letting me come, but I need to hear a little more about this award.
I bestowed it upon you myself, actually. I think you're the #1 live show up here in Killington on any given day. So what do you think of that?
I'm amazed, and hopefully it's helpful. So check it out, see for yourself. Every weekend we are live.
You are. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but we've got so much to cram in here in the next 30 minutes, we better get at it. We are going to visit over at Pico. We're going to see the folks at Vermont Adaptive. I'm going to catch up with my old friend Paula McNeil. Paula is a recipient of some of the great programs they have over at Pico and the Vermont Adaptive. We're also going to check in a two-part series with Mr. Karl Acker. Karl's dad was one of the first ski instructors up here, also coached Olympic champion Andrea Mead Lawrence. Karl has some great stories. We're going to get a little more info from him. And then, as always, I've got the keys to the vault. We're going to go back to 1994, do some epic riding and skiing, but that's not all.
No, it's not all. Killington Resort has an amazing staff members, and Killington was happy enough to go ahead and just say a big thank you by checking in with some of their employees and showing you a little bit of the behind the scenes. But the bottom line is they want to say thanks because this is an incredible undertaking. And kind of to further just pay tribute to Killington Resort, we want to take a look at where they came from. So we're going to do a little then and now.
It sounds awesome. You don't want to miss it. But up first, we're going to head over to Pico and check out what goes on with the Vermont Adaptive. And we're going to talk to our friend Paula McNeil.
I first got involved with Vermont Adaptive. I had a snowmobile accident 9 years ago. I never knew what Vermont Adaptive did, but now, since my accident, I completely understand what they do. I started skiing with them. I did not lose a season. Vermont Adaptive is an organization that helps people with all kinds of disabilities get out and enjoy the outdoors. It's sports for everybody. Not everybody, everybody. Vermont Adaptive has changed my life because it's given me life back again. When I ski, I feel like I'm not disabled. I'm doing something with other people and I'm not in my chair. And I can be as good as the next person or as worse as the next person. It's just being normal. My disability does not define me when I'm skiing. Because I was a skier for so many years, I think a lot of my challenge was in my head. Because I wanted to be back going on all the trails that I skied before. And it was humbling to be back on the beginner trails. The challenges make you come back because you want to do better the next day. The next time you go out, you want to do better than the last time you went out. And there's a lot of variables to that, but in the end, it's all worth it being back out on the snow. Getting outside and being able to enjoy the great outdoors and the beautiful snow, it is good for the soul. Vermont Adaptive has an amazing fleet of volunteers that dedicate and give so much of their time to see someone smile. It's heartwarming how dedicated they are to their clients. Vermont Adaptive is so important because they help so many different kinds of people with disabilities. And not only are they helping the individual, they're helping their whole family. That whole network of people that are helping you get out on the hill. I am so thankful that they are here. I feel blessed and so lucky that they are here.
That was a look at the program over there at Vermont Adaptive at Pico, and just want to, tip of my helmet to all the volunteers over there, and you know, they're always looking for volunteers and equipment too. So if you are up for it, give them a call over there. They could really use some help. Hey, you know what? We had such fun at Pico. Let's stay over there. What's up next?
I spend a lot of time at Pico, and in fact, I have ridden the lift with Mr. Karl Acker Jr. You never know when he's going to make a debut over there. But we have a really great piece giving you not just the history of the Acker family, but quite a bit of the history of Pico, because they are synonymous. I know you're going to love this.
My name is Karl Acker. I grew up, born native in the town of Killington here when it was Sherburne, and I'm the oldest skiing native still on the mountain. My first time skiing was on Little Pico, A slope, B slope, as far as I could get up the T-bar, because it was rather precarious trying to get up the top part. But let's say I was 2 years old at the time, and of course you're pretty little, and back then they didn't have children's skis. So my father would take adult wooden skis and cut the tips off and put some bindings on, put some leather boots, and off I'd go. I was pretty young when, you know, my parents were running the mountain. I'd come home from school every day and put on my skis and ski until the lift stopped, and then a bunch of us that were young racers, we'd hike up on B slope and go in the woods and cut sticks out of the woods and set up gates and run there till it was dark, and then go home and come back and do it the next day. But of course I lived right there, so I could do it anytime I wanted to. My front yard was Little Pico when I grew up as a child. Literally. You know, growing up as an only child, I had, you know, pretty much free run of the mountain, and other people would call me spoiled and so on, which probably I was rightfully deserved. But one summer, well, my dad taught me how to run the machinery, run the tractors and the Jeeps and everything when I was really young. So one Sunday after we got back from church, I decided I was going to go take the tractor that they use for grooming the trails, which was pretty basic back then, and ride up Gnome's Knoll, which is a ski area off to the west here. And so on the way back down, I decided I'm just gonna slip it into neutral, you know, and see what happens. You know, it was pretty flat, so non-synchro mesh gearing. So I slipped it into neutral, and I'm putting along, and all of a sudden it comes over the last breakover, and I can't get it back into gear. And pulling back on the two steering levers as brakes, that didn't work either. So now I'm picking up speed, and end up riding the tractor directly into one of the tubular steel towers and completely demolishing it. Not getting thrown off head first into the tower. How I survived that, I have no idea. But totaled the tractor. I had to go back to the house and tell my mom, and she never said anything, and I'm sure it was a big financial blow for her at that time, because she was, you know, by herself at that point. And of course, the workers that were here, I never heard the end of it, you know. Hey, did you break anything today? No, not yet. My father, what he did here with the mountain and with the ski school, and his involvement with Andrea Mead and her tremendous success in the Olympics, and it kind of paved the way. I mean, my father was very instrumental in developing racing here at Pico and in the central Vermont area, and a lot of his military friends from the 10th Mountain Division were from here. They came back and settled here. Some of them taught in the ski school. And so those early childhood days of, you know, the early days of skiing here, I think, you know, back with wooden skis and putting leather straps around your boots, and, you know, a lot of that stuff that people don't really know about. Those are my best memories. Moving into my senior years here, I still love to ski, and I ski all the time. And I'm just so pleased to see the legacy of my family still lives here at Pico, and the names of the trails and their dreams to see the mountain completed to the summit, and just the whole experience. The legacy lives on, and I'm confident that it will continue to. And I love talking to people about it, and I've spoke at functions occasionally, and I enjoy being part of the history of it, and still here to share it.
Arguably one of my favorite storytellers, and there's more to come.
There is, but we got to wait for after the commercial break, Bettina. But when we come back, as you mentioned, more of Karl Acker, but also we're going to check in with a couple pieces that Killington produced. It's the employees here that make Killington so awesome, and also a look back in time a little bit, Killington then and now. And as always, I've got the keys to the vault. We're going back in time. When? Stay tuned. You'll find out right after this.
Coming to the green flag, racing at Daytona. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Rory McIlroy is a two-time champion at East Lake. Touchdown, only Mahomes.
The big events are back, and Xfinity is your home for the return of live sports.
That is so good. In the heart of Kentucky, right here. Now we're talking. Yeah, you can feel the power. Here we go. It is not easy. This has been one of the better days I can think of.
How cool is this place? Kentucky's got the goods.
I'm Heidi Bomagen.
And I'm Caitlin Hummel.
Together we own Prestige Real Estate, a business focused exclusively on selling Killington real estate.
We believe our narrow focus enables us to offer you the best experience possible.
So put us to the test. We'll answer your calls promptly.
Know the answer to your questions or get you the answer quickly.
And listen to what you say and guide you in the right direction.
Buying or selling real estate can be complicated and overwhelming.
We promise to make the process as easy, efficient, and as fun as possible. Call us.
When winter weather strikes, be prepared and call Primo, a professional company doing business right for over a decade. We value our customers and take pride in our work. Call now and let us show you the difference.
Hair, such an underappreciated gift. Just look what you do to it. You sacrifice it. You wear it up. You cut it yourself.
You like it?
No. Yet there's still one place that cares more about your hair than you will ever know. Show-offs.
Check in online to one of our locally owned salons today.
Work hard, play hard. Refuel. Liquid Art Coffee House and Eatery. It's a place for morning inspiration or evening tranquility. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everything we serve is art. Enjoy delicious specialty coffee, creative cocktails, as well as fresh, healthy fare in an atmosphere like no other. Take in the unique showcase of artwork created by local artists while you relax with family and friends. Indulge your senses at Liquid Art, 2 miles up the Killington Road.
Hi, I'm Mari Roma, and this is Fire on the Mountain, located at the base of the access road right on Route 4. Fire on the Mountain is a smoke shop. We carry all sorts of things, including functional glass, clothing, vape stuff, CBD, and all sorts of other gifts. Some other cool things that we do here is offer glass blowing classes. Kind of gives some people on the mountain something else to do besides skiing and snowboarding. They get to make something on their own and take it home. This is Fire on the Mountain right at the base of the access road on Route 4. Come on down, check us out.
Greetings and salutations from Fiddlehead Brewing Company, located off the shores of Lake Champlain in Shelburne, Vermont. Our brewer-owned business has a simple approach. Hire passionate people and make great beer. From Fresh Pow to Bluebird Days. From après-ski to après-après. Double Dippers to Easy Street. From us to you. Those in the know know. Next time, tell your bartender, make mine a Fiddlehead. Drink responsibly and thank you for being a Fern believer.
Welcome back to Explore Killington. Slado and Bettina down here at the bottom of Needle's Eye. Bettina, what's up next on our show?
Well, we have to give you the rest of one of my favorite storytellers, Karl Acker Jr., and it is a joy and a pleasure to meet him when you're out there on the slopes, typically over at Pico, of course, but we can't withhold the rest of the story.
So Pico was started in 1937 by Brad and Janet Mead. And they started over on Little Pico with some rope tows and eventually put up a T-bar, the first T-bar in North America. And they met my father, Karl Acker, in Switzerland, in Davos, Switzerland, and brought him over here to start a ski school for their fledgling ski resort. So he came over here in the 30s, became a U.S. citizen and married a local girl from Rutland. And then was in the 10th Mountain Division during World War II, and after that, Brad Mead died in an unfortunate accident. He and my mom bought the mountain from Janet Mead. Well, my parents struggled with the mountain tremendously because snowmaking hadn't been invented yet, so you had to rely on whatever Mother Nature gave you, which, as we know, varies from year to year and month to month. And I remember my mom telling me back when early days when they owned it, it was a very poor snow year, and they were open a total of 22 days that year, which is pretty tough to run a ski area when you're only can be open 22 days running a T-bar, which requires snow to get up the lift. The mountain developed along the way with Little Pico being the first T-bar in North America. There was also a couple of rope tows there, and eventually one was replaced with a J-bar. And then after my father passed away in 1958, my mom continued to develop it, and she had the lift line that's behind us now cut to the top and put in the first stage of the chairlift. It was a 2-stage chairlift. And then she sold the mountain, and the Belden family, along with their supporters, put in the rest of the chairlift to the summit and built a new base lodge and continued to expand the mountain to close to where it is today. My dad was very young when he came here, and Andrea Mead was the daughter of the owners, and there was also a brother, Peter Mead. And so my father was teaching Andrea how to ski and how to race, and he was the driving force behind her success in making the Olympic team in 1948, and then the 2 gold medals in 1952. We had a lot of races here at Pico, and every mountain had a race for what was called the Mid-Vermont Council at that time, which was anybody from 7 up to probably 13 or 14. A lot of tremendous skiers came out of the Pico program back in the day after Andrea Mead Lawrence. For instance, Rick and Susie Chaffee, who were Olympians, Harry Rebel Ryan, an Olympian, a national champion, and a number of other people that rose to national prominence. Mike Gallagher, the famous cross-country skier, started skiing here as an alpine skier and then switched over. But my dad, when we ran the Mid-Vermont Council races, and they were called the KA race, he made pins out of silver, handmade, and it was a KA symbol, which I have the fortunate, I won 3 of them during my years as a Mid-Vermont skier. And one of them, the winner got a gold one, and then the next 9 got silver ones. And if you won one of those, that was a pretty big deal. And then after he passed away, someone else made the pins, and the race became a memorial race to my dad. And the Pico Ski Club still honors that and runs the Karl Acker Memorial as a upper age group level race every year. So that also helps keep keep everything alive for my family here, and so I'm very proud of that. I always officiate at the race and get very involved in it. So I appreciate the mountain and the ski club still hosting that. Very pleased to have a name of a trail dedicated to my father, Karl Acker. So we have Upper KA and Mid KA and Lower KA. A lot of people don't really know what that stands for, but if I'm up here and they're confused, I straighten them right out.
Bettina, you probably know this, but our viewers may not, that Karl Acker is the longest, oldest continuing pass holder in Killington and Pico. being that he probably was born, you know, they gave him a birth certificate and a ski pass. Here you go, Karl.
I think he earned it, though.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're feeling a little bit inspired to maybe go visit Pico. Just know that your Killington lift tickets are valid. However, Pico does take a little wee break. They are closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So go say hi to the friends over at Pico. Enjoy a quintessential Vermont mountain. It really is amazing. We have a lot more amazing show coming up, though.
Tell me about it.
We're going to bring it right on back over here to Killington Resort. When you see that Killington name tag, it's a big thank you. And this is Killington Resort saying thanks to all its employees.
It takes an exceptional kind of person to work at the Beast. Each day, the mountain presents new obstacles to overcome, new challenges, new adventures, and you take them in stride, always ready for whatever comes next, even during a global pandemic. You are early risers, overnighters, and problem solvers that all strike a rhythm in the heartbeat of the Beast. You show up not just to work, but to share your passion for the mountains and create a memorable experience. So whether you are on snow, behind the scenes, or on the night shift, you are all part of making the Beast the best.
Bettina, time to take a little commercial break, but when we return, we're going to check out a nice piece called Killington, Then and Now. And as always, I'm going to open up the vault. We're going back in time, 1994. You don't want to miss it. See you after the break.
Welcome to Basin Ski Ride and Bike, Killington's premier ski shop since 1958. We carry the ski industry's top brands. Come in and try out this year's skis from our new demo and rental fleet. Visit our state-of-the-art tuning shop, where we can service all your equipment needs. And with over 100 years combined boot fitting experience, we can take care of your boot needs and have you back on the slopes in no time, happy and comfortable. And remember, being the oldest doesn't make you the best. Being the best makes you the oldest.
Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Killington Motel. My wife Robin and I have been the proud innkeepers for over 10 years. We offer affordable, clean, comfortable accommodations and a wonderful breakfast to start your day. We are also home of Killington Coffee Roasters, where we roast and sell our single origin coffee. If you are looking for a bed and breakfast or a bag of freshly roasted coffee, stop by and say hi. We would love to see you. We are conveniently located between Pico and Killington.
Sal here from Mogul's Sports Pub. You know, the only sports pub in Killington. Mogul's offers free mini golf, air conditioning, 2 pool tables, dartboard, and TVs everywhere. Plus the best game room around. And if you're hungry, we offer wood-fired burgers, steaks, gyros, barbecue ribs, and of course, the best lobster deal in town. So just pop in at Mogul's and say, Sal sent me. See you there.
At Northern Ski Works, we want you to have tons of fun on the snow. We'll get you on the right ski. We'll put you in the right boot. We'll get you outfitted in comfort and style. We'll get you adjusted and balanced. We'll get you finely tuned. We'll get you accessorized, and we'll outfit the kids, recognized by Ski Magazine as one of the top 15 boot fitters in America. We've got all the gear in here, so you'll have fun out there on the slopes. Northern Ski Works, conveniently located in Killington, Vermont.
These aren't the places that you go for a surf trip.
We're definitely taking a chance but we're going to surf waves that have never been surfed before and might never be surfed again.
Welcome back to Explore Killington. Don't worry, you haven't tuned in at the wrong time, I know. But Slado, we have a lot more coming up.
We do. Up next, Bettina, it's a Killington produced piece. We call it Killington, Then and Now.
Southern Vermont's tallest mountain, Killington Peak, rises to a skyscraping 4,241 feet. You can see a lot from the second highest point in the state, including 3 mountain ranges and more trees than you ever thought possible. It's an environment that inspires adventure and exploration. Nearly 60 years ago, Killington's founder, Preston Smith, channeled that inspiration into developing an iconic ski resort. And on December 13th, 1958, 2 Palma surface lifts ushered the first skiers up Snowden Peak. By 1960, the first chairlift was installed and operational, and within the next decade, the world's longest gondola, at the time anyway, was transporting skiers to Killington Peak and its 3,000 vertical foot drop back to the valley floor. Today, Killington is widely known as the Beast of the East. The resort hosts the Northeast's longest season, due in large part to its industry-leading snowmaking system. Its expansive terrain, including sister resort and neighbor Pico Mountain, spans 7 mountain areas, 212 trails, and 6 parks serviced by 28 lifts. Beyond the terrain, Killington's culture of fun and competition has been forged by events like Rails to Riches, the Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge, the Dew Tour, and the World Cup. When the snow season ends, Killington sheds a few layers before showing its summer and fall colors. A true 4-season destination, Killington's Adventure Center is open year-round, and the mountain bike program is flourishing as new trails come online year after year. The region's fall colors put on a show worthy of a visit, all on their own. The Beast of the East is a dynamic year-round destination rooted in rich mountain culture and a stunning natural environment.
Well, Killington then and now. I'm really glad to be here right now.
I want to be here in the future.
I will be here. How about that?
I will be too. But before we can get to the future, Bettina, we have to go to the past. And I'm talking 1994. That's right, it must be time to open up the vault. We're gonna do some epic riding and skiing. I'm gonna open it up. Enjoy. Hey everyone, time to wrap up the show. Bettina, I want to thank you from coming out here instead of your regular gig on Killington today, but why don't you tell everyone out there a little bit more about your show in case they're unaware of it.
Well, I just didn't want anybody to worry because yes, we are live on weekends and holidays and you can tune in every day 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. And I update you on the conditions and the weather. Someone else figures that out, and then I try to relate it to what would I wear, how would I dress, what's the visibility going to be like. And I've been doing it for a hot minute, so I think we usually have something pretty good to share, so certainly check it out.
I agree, and we've got your co-host too, Evan Anderson. Not co-host, but your team. Evan's out on the hill, live up to the minute on a snowboard, like, oh, Evan's on the slope. What slope you on? And then Pete Duffy from the Ambassador Program comes in too. And I got to tell you, I took some of your information today, my low light goggles and my technical gear, because it's so damp out.
It is. It's snowing. And you know, that's always one of the rules with regard to weather in Killington. If you're a little uncomfortable with the crowds or the weather, just wait a minute and it'll probably change.
Absolutely. All right, time to wrap it up. Hey, everyone, check us out all the time here on KTV, Killington, Channel 14. And don't forget, you can find us on Instagram. Maybe check out my Twitter account. And we always put the shows up on YouTube also. So, hey, have a safe week out there. Have lots of fun. We'll catch you next time on Explore Killington.
Hi, I'm Ben Clona. Welcome to Base Camp. We're the only shop in southern Vermont focused on backcountry and telemark skiing. We don't just offer boots and bindings, we have everything you need for your mountain adventure, such as ski and boot crampons, best selection of skins available, avalanche tools and accessories, and great options of technical outerwear from companies such as Mammut and Mountain Equipment. Try before you buy with a full fleet of AT and telemark rentals. Just because it is winter, we are always thinking about summer with our year-round bike shop. So come on into Base Camp for your year-round adventure needs.
Hi there, I'm Coach Beth from Killington Boot Camp, and I'd like to invite you to our new wellness center, conveniently located where the Killington Access Road meets Route 4. We offer a great variety of classes 6 days a week, including outdoor boot camps, indoor cycling, strength and HIIT classes, guided hikes, multiple styles of yoga, and wellness days. We are building an incredible fitness community of recreational athletes of all ages up here in Killington, and we invite you to join us whether you're local or just visiting the area for a day or two. Hope to see you soon.
When someone asks you where you're from, do you smile? Do you tell them you've made your vacation home your forever home? That you ski 100 days every year because you live here? Do you tell them you're living your best life? Do you tell them you visited here, fell in love with it here and moved here? Did you tell them they could too? Move to Rutland County, Vermont, the life you were meant for.
We've been training for this season since 1983.
Hi, I'm Dominic and welcome to Dominic's Pizzeria. We've made some changes this year, but some things are still the same. We continue to serve the best pizza in the region with unbeatable service. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, our table, or yours, you'll be glad you chose Dominic's Pizzeria.
Vermont is stepping into a beautiful postcard. A really great day on that groomed corduroy surface. It is pretty special.
Natural selection is anything but random. Those with the biggest thirst for life thrive at the Beast.
Experience the spa at the Woods. Nestled in the hills of Killington, rejuvenate with a full spectrum of luxurious European body treatments. Indulge in the wellness of our diverse spa amenities. Let your family play in the spacious splendor of our indoor pool. Come, relax, let go. Spa at the Woods, 53 Woods Lane off the Killington Access Road. Call 422-3139 for appointments or more information.